My name is Hanny Skierdo.
Hi, I'm Tara Husky.
Hello, my name is Gabby Diaz de Leon.
Hello everybody, my name is Francisco Arvizu.
My name is Yasmina, and this past summer I went to the University of Michigan to participate in the GRCC SFP program. I studied the effects of dicamba, herbicide drift on plant microbial interactions.
I was a part of Europe. This summer, I worked with the School of Education and I did a project working with generative AI and how it helps promote vocabulary skills in children.
I went to the MyCup program at Michigan Tech. So we pretty much did a topic about how does autism affect the mice's brain.
The program I actually went to go study abroad in was the 2023 Keith Shearing Global Leaders Program, which took place in the Netherlands for about 3 weeks. And with that program, I was able to expand my horizons, my professional development skills. As mentioned in the name, it's a Global Leaders Program, and that experience was honestly pretty priceless. And the Gilman Scholarship allowed me to do that with the funds from the State Department.
I'm a pre-exercise science student at GRCC, and I am part of the MyCup program, so I went to Michigan Tech for 7 weeks to do research. And particularly, I did comparing deep tendon reflexes in college football players and non-athletes.
I worked in a public library the whole summer. I really liked my research experience. Again, we did pilot the study, so we were making a whole bunch of changes. It wasn't until like my last 2 weeks of the program where they were like, okay, this is the AI that we're gonna stick to using for the rest of the year. And they're still continuing their research till this day.
Overall, we just learned how autism affects the mice and the way that they move and the way that they communicate in the brain. We did histology to see inside the brain, and then we did these two different types physically to see how they affect physically.
Athletes in high contact sports suffer from diminished deep tendon reflexes because those deep tendon reflexes are getting injured during high contact sports like football or rugby. So we think athletes who do have this issue, and coaches and physical therapists, teammates, they should kind of take extra precautions when working with those athletes. So maybe doing more stretches, maybe changing their position on the football team to kind of prevent them from getting more injuries.
I lived in Ann Arbor for 3 months. The program itself provided $1,000 for housing, and it allowed you to choose how many hours you wanted to work. So depending on how many hours you wanted to work, that's how much they would pay you. I did around 35 to 40 hours a week, and I was able to get funded $5,000.
It was an awesome experience. I met a lot of people. I found out what research is like. I found out what the University of Michigan is like, and I'm super happy with it. Now I have a lot of connections at the University of Michigan. If I wanted to work within the same lab again, I could reach out to the professor that I was under. I met a lot of grad students who were working with that professor, and I could reach out to them. I have people who can give me letters of recommendation.
Getting away from home, getting the feel of what it'd be like at a four-year university, like living on campus, campus dining, kind of living with students who also live on campus, kind of making that campus your home rather than just being a commuter like I am right now at a community college. It was really good to kind of live at the school that you're studying at and doing research. You kind of feel more intertwined with it all when you're actually there.
There is times where you got to think about yourself and your education. So that was the first moment in my life that I started thinking about myself and what I want in my education. So it was a really nice experience just to see who I am and see what I want.